Oi, lads. It is time to dive into the card review segment of the stream. Without further ado, here we go. Alright, Cemetery Desecrator. 6 mana, 4/4 menace. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile a card from a graveyard. When you do, choose one. Remove X counters from target permanent, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Target creature an opponent controls gets -X until end of turn where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Mythic, by the way. This is good, is it not? It can remove planeswalkers and it's like a... So it's a 6 mana chipper, but you also get to kill one when it's dead too. 6 mana is a bit much, is it? I mean, this thing, it can't cost 5. It would be broken if it cost 5. Obviously, this type of deck, this type of card, it has a very small number of decks it can go in. Like, Sultai mid-range or nothing, but I think it's good. You'll play this and have regrets? I don't know, man. I think it's a solid card, man. Especially in a Thalia meta, right? Removal on creatures is better now. Like, you've got to play this in like a treasure deck or a ramp deck, and probably... honestly, guys, it's decent. It's definitely decent. Stormchaser Drake. Can't you just cast Blood on the Snow, though? Well, not really, right? I don't know how many Blood on the Snow decks there will be anymore, especially with all of these lands, right? We've got a full set of lands. When a 2 mana 2/1 becomes the target of a spell you control, draw a card. Okay, I mean, this thing's absolutely broken. Next card, please. Eroth Tormented Prophet. 1 blue-red, legendary creature, human wizard. If you would draw a card, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead. You may play those cards this turn. 2/4, huh? That blue flyer is like sick, but there's not too much to say about it, man. I suggest you play that flyer in decks where you have things that target your own things. And then that card will be very good. This is pretty whatever. This is good too, for sure. Like, this thing is absolutely, like, nasty and... like Gandalf mirrors after sideboard, you know? Your opponent's got no removal for it and you're just going off. I don't think you can really play it in the main deck though. I mean, I cast this, my opponent casts a troll and it's GG, I lost. But 2/4 is great stats, yeah. At least as long as you're not playing against mono green. It's great against everything else though. You can only play them on that turn? That's fine, right? If you've got spells on your deck that you don't want to cast, then... yes, they're a non-bo with Eroth Tormented Prophet, but I suggest you take them out of your deck and keep this. I would get rid of the ones you don't want to cast and keep the ones that you do. Okay, what the hell is this? 3 mana, 4/4, Defender Flying Vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Faithbound Judge has 2 or fewer judgment counters on it, put a judgment counter on it. As long as Faithbound Judge has 3 or more judgment counters on it, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Disturb 7. Enchant player, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a judgment counter on Sinner's Judgment, then if there are 3 more judgment counters on it, enchanted player loses the game. I mean... this thing is absolutely cracked, no? Like, this shit is OP. What the fuck? Just play, like, Jeskai control with this and egg? Your deck is like nuts, right? It's a 4/4 flying defender, guys. It can block eggs, it can block like Goldspan dragons. Shit is nasty, man. And like the flip side is just an expensive alternate way to win. Jeskai Gandalf with two dual lands, 3 pathways, some eggs, some of this, some liars, and you'd win like absolutely unbeatable deck. It's for sure good with turns because it gets a counter every turn. I don't know, man. This like I can just picture Jeskai control like with 4 eggs and 4 of this just going ham. Like normally in standard when you're playing control you have to pay like 5 or 6 mana for your things that win. You just pay 2 or 3. The rest of your spells cost 2 or 3 as well. And you're absolutely farming. You've got 8 like serious clocks for 2 or 3 mana. Your deck is just like an actual control deck that can win. I mean, that's what we're going to be playing, chat. We are going to be playing Jeskai Gandalf. 4 egg, 4 Faithbound Judge, some instants and sorceries, GG easy. Alright. Sawblade Slinger. 4 mana, 4/3, destroy artifact or fight zombie. Oh, this is a piece of shit. Okay. Reclusive Taxidermist. 2 mana, 1/2. +3/+2 as long as there are 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Woof! What? Okay. Gas? 2 mana, 4/4 mana dark? It's not for Geist Pile though, sadly. Although, maybe this one is. Depends like how much you can turbo mill, right? It is for Geist? Well, I don't know, because it really depends on what the deck looks like. But being able to ramp in that deck is sick, obviously, but you can't play this unless it's a 4/4 sometimes. Now, in Geist, it is going to be a 4/4 sometimes, but is it going to be a 4/4 enough? We'll have to wait and see. It seems kind of sick, though. We were looking for a 2-drop, man. A proactive 2-drop? Looks like a proactive 2-drop to me. Dream Chain Spirit. 3 mana, 3/1 flyer. At the beginning of combat, choose tap creature, target creature doesn't untap. That thing's annoying, isn't it? No flash, at least. This plus flash. I mean, that seems kind of good, I think. This card is good, but I don't buy that a Spirits deck will be good, you know? And like if you're playing blue-black flash or Grixis flash or something, which is the other time you'd want some like mid-game blue creatures, then this thing has to have flash, right? Mistranslated, it's choose 1 or more. So why wouldn't you just have both every time? There's no, it can't be both, man. You just get to stunlock a creature? Like, literally forever? Even if it's untapped, you just tap it and then it doesn't untap. It's not both, okay. It's up to 1, okay, yeah. So up to 1, I honestly think it's like, it's a decent card, but I don't know what deck would play this. Except Spirits, and Spirits is just, it's a shit deck, innit? Spirits is like blue tempo deck without flash, it's a scam. Imagine going from rogues, flash rogues, to not flash spirits. Skull Cleaver, blue-black exploit. When it exploits a creature, create a token. Okay, scuffed. Iveheart Shaman. 4 mana, 3/5. When it attacks, you may search a library for a basic land card that does not share a land type with any land you control and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. For 6, create a 1/1 green insect creature token, put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control, activate only as a sorcery. Alright, this thing's scuffed. Absolute god-awful trash. This is basically a better Quandrix Cultivator. Meh, I mean, Cultivator's probably better, right? Cultivator's definitely better. You get the activation when it comes into a battle. Yeah, you have to attack with this thing to get your first trigger, and, I mean, garbage. Old Rutstein. Alright, in before Geistpile? Ozchamp? No, not Geistpile. 1 BG. Legendary creature, human peasant. When Old Rutstein enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. If a creature card is milled this way, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If a non-creature, non-land card is milled this way, create a blood token. Actually, shit and Geist. Sag. Because this milled this way. Milled this way. Milled this way. You only get these off of the Rutstein triggers. Like the Rutstein mills, you don't get it off of your other mills. If you could get it off of your other mills, very cool. Sadly not good in Geist. Yeah, just not worth the mana, man. Still good? I don't think it's good, right? You get a mill on Enter the Battlefield, you get a mill at your upkeep, and you're getting what? You're getting a treasure most of the time. And then either a 1/1 token or a blood token. Yeah. Like, what, are you going to play this instead of Aegon? Nope. Are you going to play this instead of Trespasser? Nope. 1 of new card tax? I mean, we'll try it, but Let's play it and cut it. Sigh. More crappy blood tokens. Spiked Ripsaw. Oh. Blood Hypnotist. Can't block. 3 mana 3/3 can't block. Whenever you sack one or more blood tokens, target creature can't block this turn. This ability triggers only once each turn. But honestly, the fact that every card says once this turn nowadays is it's actually beginning to tilt me. The once per turn thing pisses me off. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, you may pay 2.
Wow, 20 months ago we were both new players. Crazy.
At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, you may pay 2. If you do draw a card. Not terrible? Absolutely terrible, man. You've got to get the card for free for this type of thing to be good. Graph Reaver. 2 mana 3/3 exploit. When it exploits a creature, destroy target planeswalker. At the beginning of your upkeep, Graph Reaver deals 1 damage to you. This plus Scourge. Mono black incoming. This plus Marquesa. Sideboard card against what? Against decks that play planeswalkers? I mean, is it a sideboard card? Isn't it just a main deck card? It's just a 2 mana 3/3. I mean, to be honest, the card's kind of bad, but mono black needs 2 drops, right? What does mono black aggro look like in standard right now? I mean, you're probably just playing zombies, right? And I guess this is it. I mean, this card, the more I read it, the more I'm just like, this thing is fucking dog shit. But mono black is also dog shit, therefore it doesn't have to be that good to be a choice in your mono black deck. But the bar is low. The bar is real low for 2 mana black creatures. I just don't really like that my 2 mana 3/3 deals 1 damage to me and my opponent's 2 mana 3/3 draws them a card. Like, that's pretty lame, no? But if you can find a way to use this with Scourge of the Skyclaves, which is an actual... I mean, Scourge of the Skyclaves is the best 2-drop in the format. It just has no deck. But it could be in a deck with Graph Reaver. And the thing is, if there is a Scourge of the Skyclaves deck, then mono green is just instantly dead, innit? Can't play mono green anymore. Because Scourge will just get out of range of your removal and then your deck's unplayable. So maybe Graph Reaver will actually save the meta, chat. Bramble Worm. Enters the battlefield, gain 5 life, and then for 3 you can gain another 5 life. Yeah, boy. Mirror Hall Mimic. 4 mana spirit. Enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. And then for 5, enchant creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of enchanted creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. Any creature on the battlefield, huh? But you have to wait until your upkeep to get it? What? Okay, this thing's garbage. Streamer be like this. This card does not win a game when it's entered the battlefield. It's garbage, baby rage. Yep, the streamer do be like this. And you be like saying things like that, and then on release day coming into the stream to see what to craft, and then crafting the ones that I say are good and not the ones that I say are bad. I'm just helping you out, man. You know, I'm saving you wild cards, baby rage. Alright, Screaming Swarm. It's you, chat. We found you. Bird Horror, true. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, target player mills that many cards. Scuffed. Parasitic Grasp. It's also you, chat. 2 mana instant, cleave 3 mana, deal 3 damage to target, open brackets, human, close brackets, creature. You gain 3 life. That is a nice sideboard card, man. Well, there goes the human strategy. Isn't this okay in the historic meta? Yeah. I mean, it's nasty in historic, huh? Yeah, it can hit some of the werewolves. Not all of the werewolves are humans, are they? A decent amount of them are, though. Yeah, I guess the problem with this card is its sorcery speed against the werewolf deck, right? I mean, that's okay. Because you'll send it to Knight if you don't cast it, and then they won't be human anymore. I don't know, I mean, the card is like, if you're targeting a human, the card is insane. But will there be enough humans in the meta for you to justify putting this in your sideboard? Maybe. Will it go in your main deck? Probably not. Because it can't go face. Ah, Frightening Helix. That's a good comment, man. Jeremy with the banger. Frightening Helix. That's good. That should have been its name, man. Headless Rider. 3 mana 3/1. Whenever it or another non-token zombie, non-token, dies, create a 2/2 zombie token. That's obviously sick. Okay, mono black zombies looking hot. Make a 2/2. Right, so how does this compare to Midnight Reaper? Honestly, it's better than Reaper, isn't it? In a zombie deck. You don't take 1 damage, and a 2/2 token in play is better than drawing a card and paying 1 life. Don't at me. Not once per turn, by the way. This thing is sick. Are there any... What are the non-black zombies like in Standard? Like, is zombies just mono black or nothing? Or is there any 2-color deck options or what? There's not really any, is there? Demir? Yeah. Blue black has the Lord. Yeah, but the Lord only gives you attack, right? Who cares about attack, man? Toughness is what you're after. But I'll be very surprised if blue offers you something that makes you willing to give up Haven. Attack Pepe Laugh. That's what it is. Like this, if you look at the bottom right of a Magic card, you can see its attack, in this case 3, slash, and its defense, in this case 1. Don't need blue for Narfate? No. I don't know, man. As long as there's enough cards to fill the deck, which there should be. I mean, you don't need that many zombies, right, to fill a zombie pile in mono black, because you've got some Duresses in there, you've got some Thirsts in there, you've got some Grasps in there, you've got some Lands in there. As long as you've got like 24 to 28 zombies, you've got yourself a solid mono black deck, as long as they're all good. It's got a really good 1-drop, right? Mono black. This is a sick 3-drop. You've got that 2 mana 3/3. Okay. Sounds like a deck to me, man. It sounds like a deck where opponent dies, and that's a good deck. Champion and Shambler is a 1-drop. Wow. No once a turn limit. Thank you. Yossen knows what's up. I guess they're done with Decade. I mean, Decade is absolutely terrible. How are you beating Is It without blue? By attacking them? Cast some Duresses, cast some creatures, attack with your creatures until they're all dead, and hopefully once they're all dead you've dealt 20 damage. If you have, GG, easy win. If you haven't, go game 2. If they board wipe you, do you only get 1 token? No, you get more than 1 token, right? Whenever Headless Rider or another zombie you control dies, you might only get 1 token. Am I dumb? That does read like you would only get 1 token. But surely you get 1 each. 1 for each? Well, I mean, obviously you do get 1 for each, but that English is kinda says that you would just get 1. Whatever, who cares? Good card. Alluring Suitor. 3 mana 2/3. Whatever. Voltaic Visionary. Humano Mago. 2 mana Humano Mago. 2 mana 3/1. You can tap it to deal 2 damage to you. Exile the top card of your library. You can play that card in this turn. Activate only when you could cast a sorcery. When you play an exiled card with Missionary, transform. When you play a card exiled with Voltaic Missionary, transform Voltaic Visionary into a 4/3 that can't block. What? But you transform it into an actual worse card. This is gas? Nah, I don't think it is, man. You can play that card this turn. So you can play lands off of it, huh? 2 mana 3/1. If you untap, you tap the dude, you take 2, you put a land in, and you've got a 2 mana 4/3. Which, I mean, I don't know. Dies to Spikefield, Sag. This plus Scourge? Well, it's not that good with Scourge, right? Because you don't get to attack with her. You need to deal damage to the opponent as well, right? Glorious Sunrise. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose 1. 5 mana enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Target land gains tap, add 3 GGGs until end of turn. Draw a card if you control a creature with power 3 or greater, or you gain 3 life. So, this is awful, right? So close to being good? I think so, man. It's not far off, dude. It's not far off. Would it be good if it costs 4? Probably. You get an activation on the turn that you play it, which is decent, right? But at 5 mana, it's too much. Yeah, I feel like it could let you choose 2, huh? It's not as good as that other 5 mana enchantment for mono green. You're not gonna play it in a deck like Gruul. You're not really gonna play it in like a green black deck, maybe? Like green black Grindlord? I don't know. Belligerent Geist, that's a common. We skip. Runebound Wolf, 2 mana 2/2. For 4 and a tap, deal damage equal to the number of wolves and werewolves you control to target opponent. Almost good, that card, by the way. Maybe if you got to deal the damage for free instead of having to pay fucking 4 mana. Into the night, it becomes night. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. Sorcery, by the way. This is a Poggers instant speed card. Just absolutely trash. The cards today suck. 3 mana 2/3, blah 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 blah. Alright, Henrika Domnathi and Henrika Infernal Seer. 4 mana 1/3 flyer. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Transform Henrika Domnathi into a 3/4 flying death touch life linking vampire with for 3 each creature you control with flying death touch and or lifelink gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Flying death touch and or lifelink tribal? Sounds good. This card is weird. This card is terrible. Get something the turn it comes in. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... Each player sacrifices a creature is just so scuffed, though. We had that on Ranko with like a shitload of recursion, and that part was like, okay. Think of this as a Ranko. Okay, thanks, man. This card is just scuffed, guys. The stats are way too bad. Yeah. Like, the 1/3 is annoying, right? So you play 4 mana 1/3, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. Okay, cool, with the intention of flipping it. Right, next turn, that's fine. Then you flip it, and it's just a 3/4, man. 3/4 flyer? 4 toughness is good. But this activation is just, like, so expensive, man. If it was 1, you know? If it was 1 mana, and you could actually swing out and gain a bunch of life with it, cool. It's 4 mana, guys. It just doesn't compare to like Chariot and stuff, huh? Lyra kind of creature. But dude, it's so much smaller than Lyra though, man. Especially when lifelink's involved, right? Lyra is 10 life swing. This is 6. It's tiny in comparison. Yeah, like your 4 mana cards have to be Chariot or Chariot Plus. It's insane. But that is the floor. This is not Chariot, nor is it Chariot Plus. You've got like a combo deck waiting to kill you on like turn 6 or 7. You've got mono white going under you, not playing any 4 mana cards. So if you want to go in between those 2 decks, your 4-drop has to be Chariot or Chariot Plus. It's as simple as that. This is not that. This is a better version of Rankle. No. It's a newer version of Rankle. And you want the new card to be cool. So you're saying that you think it's better than Rankle, but you don't really think it's better than Rankle. It's just a new card, man. Half of the set's revealed, and we're already counting 12 vampires in a vampire-themed set. Funny how the werewolf-themed set was only 11. Guess production costs really botched the werewolf theme of mid. Oof. Matthew comes in hot with the slam. There were 19 werewolves in mid, dumbass. Just fake news. Huge slam from downtown. Boarded Windows. 3 mana artifact. Creatures attacking you get -1, -0. At the beginning of each end step, if you took 4 or more damage this turn, exile Boarded Windows. What?
Easy clap.
Alright, guys. I'm not being revisionist or exaggerating here. This might be the worst card I have ever seen in all of the reviews from all of the sets that I've done. Like, of the 3 years of reviews that I've done, this might be the worst card I've seen in all of those. Maybe wrong translation? Maybe. Costs 4 mana too much. True. How do you beat a playset of these on the
Looking
board
good as
at
always.
once? By clicking attack on the turn that they cast the first one and exiling it. And then clicking attack on the turn that they cast the second one and exiling it. And then clicking attack on the turn that they cast the third one and exiling it. And then on the turn that they try and cast the fourth one, you say, Judge, this person has a -3 life and they're trying to cast a spell here. I would like to go to game 2. Feels push. Feels pushed. What? Don't think we've seen this type of reduction on such a low mana value before, especially colorless. What? Pushed. Ancient Spruce, 2BG, creature treefolk. Each creature you control with toughness greater than its power deals combat damage equal to its toughness instead of its power. 4 mana, 4/4, make your walls better. Yeah. Draw 3, discard 2 unless you discard a land. Draw 3, discard a land. I mean, the discarding a land is so, like, terrible. Why would you want to discard your best card? So this thing is just absolutely unplayable. Basic land is worse. Okay, yeah, it's basic land, so it's even worse, but if it was discard any land, it would still be trash. Compulsive Research is great. I don't know what that card is, so it definitely isn't great. It's definitely not unplayable. I played a sorcery version basically in Modern back in the days. Compulsive Research. Is Compulsive Research... was that the card in the Strixhaven thing? Does it cost like 3 and a Phyrexian mana? Bruv, that card is shit, mate. Or are you serious? I wouldn't play that in Standard. In any deck, ever. That's Tezzeret's Gambit? Oh. Okay, well I wouldn't play Tezzeret's Gambit in Standard. I don't want to discard my best card. And I would like to enlighten you a little bit, chat. There is no Magic the Gathering deck where your lands are not your best card. So discarding your best card is a bad plan. And I know that you think your Omniscience is your best card in your deck, but I promise you the best card in your deck is your Triome that's getting you to the Omniscience. Depends on which turn we're talking about. I mean, kinda true. But those type of like shitty draw spells, they make the rest of your deck worse at getting to the turn when they become good. You know? So you're playing this card that becomes good at X point, but that card is making the rest of your deck worse at getting to X. It just makes no sense. Alright, what the hell is this? 3 mana, 5/5 trample. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Become an artifact creature until end of turn. You can use 2 1/1s for this. I mean, vehicles are kind of bad, guys. Like, the base point of vehicle is trash. But some of them can be good. I don't know. Only if you're doing something, right? Like something serious. There's like 4 good vehicles in the entire history of the game. Yeah, I mean, Brew Chariot sucks. Chariot isn't a vehicle, man. Chariot is 4 mana, 8/8. Tap 2 of your creatures, make another one. 4 mana, 10/10. Turn 3 this, turn 4 Chariot. Guys, vehicles suck. Straight up, okay? They're terrible. Chariot is good because you make an unbeatable amount of creatures that your opponent cannot remove because they're absolutely broken because of the best creature type in Magic the Gathering, they're tokens. So that's why Chariot is good. This is not good in any way, shape or form. I'm getting Lovestruck Beast vibes, okay? On that note, I skip. No comments will be made. Mulch. I would suggest Lovestruck Beast is slightly better than that vehicle, but then again, I am merely one man giving one man's opinion. 1G sorcery. Reveal top 4 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Okay, this card's absolutely sick.
They hated him because he spoke the truth.
Are you serious? 2 mana, draw 2.5 cards. And fill your graveyard? This thing is nuts. Geist card, yeah. It is a proactive turn 2 play. Kind of a... I guess it's not as good as you would think originally, though, because of all the spell lands that you've got to play, right? So some of your lands are not getting drawn by this. Which is a bit awkward.
This is great banter. It really is.
As a streamer reading a common, but this is a good common. You can get 4 of the best card in your deck. You can get 4 of the best card in your deck, but in reality, you're going to get like a little bit less than 2.5, huh? Or a little bit more than 2. Which is still hella good. 2 mana, draw 2, mill 2 is good. Yes. Because you're drawing the 2 best cards in your deck, right? You're now playing the game until turn 4, and your opponent might play the game until turn 4. Therefore, that is an incredible advantage for you. Better than Abundant Harvest. Okay, chat. We've reached the point where we take it too far, and now we move on to the next card. Markov Retribution. 2 red sorcery, choose one or both. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Target vampire you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature. Choose one or both. Sorcery speed, what? Get out of my face. Hero's Downfall. 3 mana, destroy a creature or planeswalker. Oh my god. Rarity Downshift. Ooh, Wizards. You don't make the right move that often, but when you do, the right move being literally anything that makes the game cheaper. Alright, guys. This card is absolutely unplayable. Smile. That card won a GP. Dude, you're gonna make me mad. You're gonna make me mad. Blood Vial, Purveyor. 4 mana, 5/6 flying trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. What? Okay, so this thing is shit, guys, as well. Good? How is this good, man? This thing fucking sucks. It's so good. How is it good, man? 4 mana, 5/6 flying trample, not good? Question mark, question mark, question mark? Yes, 4 mana, 5/6 flying trample is in fact good. That is a great card. Oh wait, should we read the rest of the fucking card too? Or will we just take the good parts, ignore the bad parts, and say that that's what the card is? Like, let's evaluate half of the card. Right, guys, honestly, this thing sucks, because who gives a shit that's a 5/6, man? Right, so normally it dies to removal meme is kind of a meme, but not always a meme. 1, this card doesn't have haste. 2, when your opponent removes it, they make a blood token. It's like fucking Fateful Absence, man. This thing sucks, dude. Absolutely garbage. We don't even know how good blood tokens are. What do you mean we don't know how good blood tokens are? It says what they do right there, man. We know what they are. Blood tokens are shit. Alright, guys. Actually, Malden? Dude, I'm so done with these baleful mastery bitches, man. Like, giving your opponent cards is like... Oh my god, it triggers me. Like, what is the point in playing an overstated creature or a removal spell or something along those lines if you're going to give the opponent a fucking card? It entirely, like, eliminates the purpose of playing the card in the first place. First day CROKEYZ is going to do a blood token deck and blow the competition away. Yeah, I am, man. And do you know who's going to have the blood tokens? Me, not my fucking opponent, dude. I'm not giving them to my opponent. I'm going to use them. Blood tokens are bad compared to clues. Yes, they are bad compared to clues. And that's why they have less of a mana cost to activate, you dumb fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay. Deep breaths, man. Deep breaths. These baleful mastery brishes will not overcome me, chat. I'm too mentally strong to be gotten by the I play cards which intentionally give my opponents cards. Ooh. Imagine thinking that giving your opponent every card in their hand has cycling 1. And you think that's like just no big deal. That's fine, man. That's totally fine, yeah, that's no problem. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. It's fine, man. It's totally fine. It's a good card. They have to spend mana to cycle. I'm losing my mind, man. Chat, you honestly, one day you'll be the end of me. One day you will be the end of me. Stensia Uprising. 4 mana enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 red human creature token. Then, if you control exactly 13 permanents, you may sacrifice Stensia Uprising. When you do it, deals 7 damage to any target.
Make people love people, chat.
This is a rare card that you can open in your packs. And if you open this rare card in your pack, you will not have another rare in that pack. That would be a poor pack. This seems neat and Jund Citadel. I'll play Citadel, you can play this one. I hope we meet together. Why is this rare? Mediocre at best. Dude, it's fucking dog shit at best. If I knew any other words more severe than dog shit, I would use those. That is a generous comment, yeah. 7 damage feels a little tame. Dude, it could deal 1,000 damage and it wouldn't matter. It could deal 1,000 damage, it would still be shit. To be fair, it is 13 permanents, not 13 tokens. So first end step, when you play this, you have at least 6 out of 13 permanents. Yeah, dude, only 7 to go. And then you can remove a creature. Honored Heirloom, 3 mana artifact, tap, add 1 mana of any colour, 2 exile card from graveyard. Wow. That's one of the best of, like, common? That's pretty good, man. I mean, you're not going to play this in, like, standard or something, but there's one of these 3 mana artifacts every set, and that's one of the better ones. Commander staple, this one? Is there not... I mean, Commander can use, like, all cards, right? Surely there's a better one than this. Like, it's okay, but I mean, come on. Commander doesn't have a better way to exile cards? It's the first one in history with graveyard hate. Wow. Patchwork Crawler. 2 mana, 1/2. Zombie Horror. For 3 exile creature card from graveyard, put a counter on Crawler. Has all activated abilities of all creatures exiled with it. Monka S. This plus Geist. Oh wait, activated abilities. Alright, Sag. It's so expensive. At least you don't have to... It doesn't have to tap to exile a card, which is nice, but... Shit ooze? Well, I mean, this is like a combo card of some kind, right? If it's usable. 5 mana Blue Predator. This is a combo card. Pushed as fuck. Zach, what happened to you, man? Overnight you went from a Chad to a pleb. Pushed card. Pushed, by the way. Ascendant Pack Leader. 1 mana, 2/1. Green card. Oh dear. Enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a counter on Ascendant Pack Leader. Pelt Collector at home. I mean, Pelt Collector's like mega broken. If this wasn't a wolf, it would actually be bad. But because it's a wolf, it's kinda good, but you don't get to start the day-night cycle, huh? Which is really sad. It's the best green 1-drop for wolves. I mean, isn't it the only 1-drop? There isn't another one. So you're gonna play this in like Gruul, right? You might play it in mono green. I mean, you probably do play it in mono green. It's gonna be a 1/1. It's a 1-mana 2/1, and then like mono green has enough 4-drops and 5-drops to get it to a 3/2. I think you'll play this in both. Seems good enough. I mean, it's absolutely nutty in wolves, and like Gruul werewolves, or Teamer if we go Teamer. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a counter on Pack Leader. Shouldn't this be a 1/1? Nah, it kind of has to be a 2/1 to be good, right? So, I mean, it's kind of nutty, right? Bro, this gets blocked by my 4-mana 5/6 flyer trash card. You don't have a 4-mana 5/6 flyer, man. It won't be in your deck. I promise you. It's a bad top deck most of the time. Is it? There's not many 1-drops that are good top decks, man. So, I'm just thinking if mono green will play it. I'm certain that werewolves will play it. Mono green probably plays it. It makes Jasper Sentinel better, which is nice. So you can go back to playing Sentinel as well. And you can stop being this like Pepega mid-range mono green and start just like chadding some fools. Dies to Witherbloom Command. It does die to Witherbloom Command. Relevant, by the way, in the Geist meta. Unironically relevant. 3-mana 2/1. I skip. Hamlet Vanguard. 3-mana 1/1. Ward 2. Enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it for each other non-token human you control. Wow. 3-mana 5/5. Ward 2. That's good. This plus Coco, by the way. Lovestruck with upside. Lovestruck already has upside. Excuse me. Honestly, guys, this card probably sucks. But, you know, it's cool. How does it suck? It's a 3-mana 21/21 with 10 humans on board. See, that's a shit bait, because it's like obviously a bait, you know? If you said something like it's a 3-mana 7/7 with 3 humans on board, I would have got angry, but it's just a shit bait, you know? People saying 3-mana 5/5, but if you play 3 1-drops, it's a 3-mana 7/7. Yeah, true. Ecuador! Ecuador!